Greetings, juniors. It is I, Mrs. Pecto, with day 2 of your summer reading book talks. Today, I've called these books realistic fiction where nobody gets hurt. But for the most part, they're just light, they're fun, they're kind of beach ready, they're terrific. I am trying to do a different skill in making these vlogs every time. So, my skill for this time is going to be I'm going to add pictures to the videos because I don't have a copy of this book. Maybe I'll try to make it appear here on my hand. With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. And I loved this book. If anybody read The Poet X last year, it's by the same author. And it is about this girl, Amoni, who is a teen mom. She had her daughter, Emma, when she was, I think, 15 or 16. And she lives with her abuela. She's got it together for a girl with a lot of stress. She's making it work. She's still in school. And she is a great cook. She's really good. The story is basically her trying to find a way to make this love that she has for cooking into her career. There is a boy, but she has been burned. The father of her daughter is still in her life and does what he can, but he's not great. And she is really focused on her daughter, her education, and trying to figure out what she wants to do with her life. She's looking for something that she can do to make her life better and the life of her daughter. The next book I want to tell you about, I also already read this one, 2 for 2. This one is called Technically You Started It, and it's really cute. It's all written in the form of text messages. It's between 2 kids, Haley and Martin. Martin's full name is Martin Nathaniel Monroe, which seems like if she's texting with someone named Martin Nathaniel Monroe, she would know who she's texting with. However, there are 2 Martin Nathaniel Monroes at her school, and she assumes that it's one, and it's really the other. I can't remember why in this weird dynamic they don't just talk to each other, and I think they're weirdos, and they just don't talk to each other in person. So she thinks she's texting with someone completely different, and he doesn't know that she doesn't know who he is, if that does not sound complicated enough for you. Really cute. And you know what? You're all reading texts all the time anyway. You may as well read a book made out of them. Super cute story and a lot of fun. Next up is Tell Me 3 Things. I have this copy. I have not yet read it, but I really want to. And it seems pretty similar to Technically You Started It. The difference being this is about a girl named Jessie who has just moved from Chicago to LA. Her mom passed away a couple years ago. Her dad met some woman on the internet. They fell in love, and now they're in LA. And Jessie, is going to this really fancy prep school. She's got a stepbrother who she's not crazy about. He's kind of snobby. And she ends up getting like an anonymous message from somebody calling themselves Somebody Nobody. And they start giving her advice about how to navigate the new school. And she finds herself becoming dependent on their advice and desperate to find out who they are. It looks really good, and this is the next one on my to-be-read list. Next up is Comics Will Break Your Heart by Faith Erin Hicks. I started this one. I haven't finished it. It is trapped in Beverly High School, just waiting for me. It's about this girl, Mir. I think her name's Miriam, but she goes by Mir. And then the boy's name is Weldon. Miriam and Weldon. Well, they're Canadian. What can I say? It takes place in Canada. That's what my kids used to call Canada. Canada. Stuck. And so the deal is Mir's grandfather, maybe his grandmother, I don't remember, one of her grandparents developed this famous like Superman kind of comic, Tomorrow Men. And it is huge. The grandparent had a partner, and they let the partner buy them out way back in olden times. So Mir's family is not dirt poor, but pretty close. Like, they don't have much. She doesn't think she's going to be able to go to college. So she meets Weldon, and they, kind of fall for each other, but it turns out that his grandfather is the person who took all of the Tomorrow Men money, and he is quite wealthy, and Miriam's family, I'm assuming, is unhappy. This is kind of a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, but in the comic book world, which is really nicely represented because Hicks knows what she's talking about. So I'm looking forward to finishing this one, A Castle in the Clouds by Kirsten Gier. And I picked this up. It looked really cute. It's about this girl, Sophie, and Sophie is an intern at a Swiss hotel, and things happen. There are like some crimes and maybe a little romance, a lot of atmosphere and crazy rich people. It looked adorable. It takes place during Christmas and New Year's, which will be fun to read about in the heat of summer. And Kristen Gear is German, and this was translated from the German, which I find very interesting. So I'm wondering if Sophie, the character, is German in the book? Is she American? Is she English? I don't know. It's on my pile to read next. The woman who wrote this also wrote Ruby Red, which is the first in a trilogy about a girl named Gwen who her family has the ability, there's like a genetic marker for time travel. She didn't get it, but the rest of her family has it and they're time travelers. And then she finds out that she got it. And it looks really good. Next up is By Your Side by Casey West. I have never read anything by her, but people have recommended her to me. Kind of a lighthearted romance. It is straight up romance. I'm not going to lie to you about this. So this is about Autumn, and she gets locked in the library for the weekend. This is my dream, to get locked in the library for the weekend. Not the high school library, but like the public library. How exotic. Anyway, she gets trapped in the library with this guy named Dax, who's a bad boy type, it sounds like. And they're trapped there for the whole weekend. And I don't know. I bet they fall in love. The last one is called Truly Madly Royally. It's by Debbie Rigo. And I read this one too. It super cute. It's about this girl, Zora, who is, I want to say she's just finished her junior year of high school. And she's like a community activist. She's super involved. She lives in New Jersey. She gets a spot at this really prestigious university, which is probably supposed to be Princeton. She's in the summer program, you know, rubbing shoulders with all these fancy schmancy people, one of whom is a prince. So there's this mythical country that's near Britain, English speaking, handsome prince, and they fall in love. And it's really cute. And it's interesting because it talks about how he is used to the paparazzi and being all over the internet and having people make assumptions about him. It's brand new to her, and it's really interesting. If you are familiar with the British royal family and the Meghan and Harry thing, it's kind of like them as teenagers, really. But it's really cute, romantic. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's a great beach read. Your bonus book today is called Daddy Longlegs, and I have a copy of it, but I can't find it. I lent it to someone, and I can't remember who. One of the nice things about it is that it is in the public domain, and I made a PDF of it, so I'm putting that in the resources. So if you want to read it today, go ahead. It's really good. It's about this girl, Jerusha Abbott, who's 17 years old, and she lives in an orphanage. And one day she writes a story and she recites it for the trustees of the orphanage, and one of them likes it so well that they decide to send her to college. So they send her to Vassar College, and for the next 4 years while she's at college, the only rule is she's getting her college paid for and a generous allowance as well, and all she has to do is write once a month to her benefactor, to the guy who's paying for her college. And so the book is told through these letters. It's a feel-good book. I recommend it if you're looking for something lighthearted that will make you feel good about the world. Daddy Longlegs by Jean Webster. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed hearing about these books. Fill out the survey down below and stay healthy.